So now we enter into the second quarter of play here. Dynamite with the kickoff. Tony Avery passing it all the way back to Zube. Zube controls and dumps that one into the waiting John Mollet. That ball cleared out by Dynamite into the San Diego zone. San Diego collects. Pressure there from James McMonagle forces a turnover. James McMonagle over to John Mollet. John Mollet shot and he scores! Unbelievable finish there by John Mollet. He is an incredible finisher. The play there, let me rephrase that for you. James McMonagle had a beautiful 90-degree angle pass coming across the face of the goal. John Mollet sliced it into the upper 90, and that puts us at 1-0 for the Denver Dynamite. San Diego now kicking off. Paul Wright with that kick controls and plays it back to San Diego defense. San Diego defense with the ball, dumps it in. That's intercepted by Chad Pearson and poked out. Paul Wright collects, and the Denver Dynamite zone. Trying to attempt some twinkle toes here. Chad Pearson steps in and nullifies it. Zube with the save. That's bounced out. Paul Wright with a rip. That's gone wide. And another shot from San Diego has gone clear of the goal. This is a perfect example of what we just covered in our timeout there. San Diego getting into scoring position on that last play, but just unable to finish. Chad Pearson will play this one in. Mark Cromie collects. Jake Harris clears that off San Diego out of the zone. Zé Roberto for San Diego giving chase. That ball's bounced out, though, and that looks to be a Dynamite ball kick in their own zone. Chad Pearson will be playing it for the Dynamite. That's played back to the waiting Zube. Zube now with the ball, taking his time, dumps that one in. Chad Pearson attempting to run on, but that ball was poorly played. Zé Roberto now in the Dynamite zone, rip shot. Zube is saved. Pushed that one over the goal with his fingertips. A nice rip there from Zé Roberto. Zube reacted very quickly to direct that one over the goal. San Diego lines up. Paul Wright now taking this in the Dynamite corner. Plays it across with a scoop, and that's touched wide by Zube. That's now out to the half line where it's played back to the waiting Swift on San Diego. Barton now with the ball, plays it over, and still controls, playing it all the way back to Swift. Swift now with the ball, laying it off to Barton. Barton with the ball, plays it deep into the Dynamite zone where it's deflected out by Mark Cromie out to the waiting McMonagle. McMonagle now at half line, playing with the ball. That's stripped and played into Paul Wright for San Diego in the Dynamite zone. Chad Pearson steps up, a shot from Paul Wright, and he scores! And he evens the score there, 1-1. Had a little bit of a mishap there with Chad Pearson in the Dynamite zone. Paul Wright capitalizes, has a breakaway, and slots it home. Not much Zube could have done for that shot. A well-placed shot by Wright, but he was all alone. 10 yards out. He's got to put that away, and he did. Now we're even, 1-1. Dynamite with a kickoff. Plays it into Kelly Robinson. Kelly Robinson plays it back to John Mollet, all the way back to the waiting Jimmy Wade. Jimmy Wade half line, controlling that ball. Plays it across to number 4, Josh Fallon. Josh Fallon plays that one deep into the zone where it's collected by San Diego. A clear there to Zé Roberto. Zé Roberto dumps it in to the Dynamite corner. Jake Harris giving chase there. Number 5, Medina on San Diego. John dumps that one out to Barton. Barton now with the ball. Controls at the top of the key for San Diego. All the way back to Zé Roberto, who pushes that one into the Dynamite corner. Zube clears. That's now collected by the waiting Swift, who touches it wide to San Diego. They dump that one in. Susi now collects. Controls in the corner. Shot there, gone wide. Kelly collects for the Dynamite. Pressure, too much for him. Zé Roberto steals that ball. Shot in, deflected wide. Oh, and a great save there from Jimmy Wade, who took a dive to push that one out with his knee. Incredible. Zube was beat, but Jimmy Wade steps in big for the Dynamite. Barton now controls at half line, dumping it all the way back to Swift. Swift now with the ball for San Diego in his own zone. Plays it into the on running number 21 for San Diego. San Diego dumps it out. to the waiting Barton. Barton at half line for San Diego. Controls, not much pressure being given there. Dumps it in. Susi tries to collect, controls the ball. Pressure being given, shot there, and Zube saves. He turned Jimmy Wade to the inside and was able to rip one there. Although a weak shot, Zube got a hand on it and controlled. Jimmy Wade now with the ball back to Zube. Zube with the ball, dumping it in. That's intercepted by San Diego, who plays it on to the waiting San Diego player. He pushes it across. A shot there and a goal. And now we're at 2-1. San Diego has taken the lead there. A rip from number 15 on San Diego. And we're now at 2-1. Just like that, Dynamite had the lead, and it's gone. Dynamite lining up at half-line. Tony Avery taking the kickoff back to Chad Pearson. Chad Pearson into Jay Hamilton, who dummies that ball in to the waiting Barton, who collects on San Diego. Deflection there back into the San Diego zone. Swift collects. Plays that out. Mark Cromie attempts to step in front, succeeds, plays it into Jay Hamilton. Jay Hamilton now with the ball back to Tony Thomas. Tony Thomas to Chad Pearson. Chad Pearson bring it in. A shot there, and that's gone wide. Paul Wright collects and brings it into the Dynamite zone. Chad Pearson gives chase, steals the ball there. Man, is Chad a rock in the back. He turns the ball with time in his own zone, playing it in all the way to the San Diego corner. Swift now with the ball in his own zone, clears it out to the waiting number 5 on San Diego, who dumps it into the corner to Barton, who has it in the Dynamite zone. Chad Pearson playing tough defense there, collects the ball and clears it out to half line. San Diego collects where they're bringing it in. Passed on to number 5 on San Diego, takes a touch wide, a shot there, and that's gone wide. Another shot by Zé Roberto that's gone over the net. And Zube playing tough goalkeeper here. Although he's let in 2 goals, he's saved the Dynamite a number of times, keeping them in this game. That ball thrown into John Mollet, who's deep in the San Diego zone. John Mollet touching it in, attempting to turn his defender. No such luck. Played all the way back to Jimmy Wade, and Mark Cromie collects. Mark Cromie now with the ball in his own zone. Dribbling on, loses the ball at half line. Zé Roberto for San Diego collects, playing it all the way back to number 2 for San Diego. Playing it up to number 10 for San Diego, who plays it back to Taylor. Taylor now with the ball. Clears it out. Up to Barton, who attempts to turn and stopped there by Tony Thomas. Tony Thomas with the stick plays it out. A rip there, San Diego, and Zube collects that ball. Denver Dynamite lost it in their own zone. It was collected, a quick shot, and Zube saves. Off to Jimmy Wade. Jimmy Wade now with the ball, plays it to Zube. Zube back to Jake Harris. Jake Harris to Jimmy Wade. Jimmy Wade playing it on to Ryan Slaughter. Ryan Slaughter out to Josh Fallon. Josh Fallon touches it into the corner. Deep in the San Diego zone. A shot there, deflected wide. Jay Hamilton now with the ball all the way back to Jimmy Wade. Jimmy Wade touches that one. Back to Jake Harris. Jake Harris now plays the 1-2 pass, and he's into the San Diego zone. A foul there, but no penalty called. San Diego collects, dumps it in deep. Josh Fallon collects with time at half line, dribbling it in. He touches it into Ryan Slaughter, and it's 1-2 there, gone awry. Ryan Slaughter collects at his own half line. Half line back to Jimmy Wade. Jimmy Wade dumps it into the corner. That's deflected in deep, and unfortunately that was deflected by San Diego out to half line. Jimmy Wade collects there, turns his defender, a shot that's gone wide. San Diego collects now, taking it up near half line, pulls it back, looks all the way back to Swift in his own zone, taking his time, playing it off to the number 23 on San Diego. Number 23 turning, looking upfield, dumps it into the corner. Jimmy Wade playing tough defense against Aaron Susi in the corner. Aaron Susi with the attempted turn, that's gone wide, and Garth Archibald now takes a touch to the left for San Diego, playing it all the way back to Swift in his own zone, back to Garth. Garth chips that in, hits a Dynamite defender, and it deflects wide. Tony Avery giving chase to no avail. Jimmy Wade collects and tries to play that one out. He's missed the ball, though, and that's gone dangerously across the mouth of the Dynamite goal. Barton with it on the right side, plays it in. A misdirected pass. Jay Hamilton intercepts and tries to clear. Susi collects, kicks it across. Another shot across the zone. Another shot that's dribbled wide, and it looks as though a penalty kick has been called for a foul against San Diego. Susi shoved down there in the box, and a blue card has been issued to Jay Hamilton, number 14 on the Dynamite.